the Durka and Doma show, right? So a lot of questions coming through. Also, Doug, the fact that we're getting Fracture on the first day of Champions, I mean, potentially, right? That's exciting stuff already out the gate.
Speaking of coming out the gate, Cloud9 starting off on the attacking half, and as is a surprise to everyone who watches Icebox, it looks like we're going to head towards A to kick off the map.
A lot of partying. Leaf already kind of blinding the dart, and Boaster, he's going to be backing up. And, you know, Boaster, that's another huge topic of discussion, is the fact that he's a solidified Sova now. No longer is he going to be on the controller like we saw at Masters Reykjavik. And look at this flank already, Doug. 2 members of Fnatic are already sort of creating this pinch, but Zeta, 2 kills.
Yep, what flank? Potter, what flank? Zeta has already taken care of it, and it's not like he got away with it for free, just down to 22 health, but you're right, the flank that you mentioned that would have been so important has already been dropped, and Zeta single-handedly keeping things at bay, making it a 5v2, make that a 5v1 in favor of Cloud9. Potter, the question was, is it going to be Scrim 9? Is it going to be Cloud9? This Cloud9 looks pretty freaking good.
This is looking pretty freaking good, you're right. I mean, sure, Zeta, he only had 1 HP at the end of that round, just barely breathing, barely limping through to the finish line, but all 5 members of Cloud9 were still alive. Zeta did such a fantastic job stopping this flank from ever even going into motion. So Fnatic, although they had somewhat of map control, it looked like the pinch was already about to be happening. Cloud9, they were in full control, Doug.
Full control for now. And with the gun difference that they're bringing into this, there's a very good chance that it continues. You've got Zeta with a Vandal. Slightly different look, though, from Cloud9 to start off this round.
They are, and look at Fnatic. I mean, they are very conservative coming into here. Usually into these second rounds after you lose the pistol, you see a little bit of Sheriffs, maybe a Ghost, maybe even a Frenzy, but we've got all 5 classics. You can see that Fnatic are very much looking into the 3rd round. They want to have all that full armor, Doug. They want to have all the utility. They want to set themselves up with the best chance they can into winning that round.
And look, safe money don't make money, right? So you gotta invest. It's exactly what they do. I like this from Mitch as well. He's going to plant the spike up top. You saw Magnum trying to bang through, not able to get much going on there. We've already seen Fnatic really just kind of drop and fall apart in large part because of what we mentioned at the beginning of the round, right? Like, they don't have guns. They're not really going to be able to fight back.
Yeah, exactly. And Mystic, Leaf is going to clean things up there. A solid, clean eco round for Cloud9. I mean, hardly any of their members even lost a single bit of HP there. So clean stuff coming through for Cloud9, and you know, that was the biggest question for Cloud9. Who are we going to see? Are we going to see the clean, dominant performance coming in? I mean, we've seen the leaps and bounds that this squad has made ever since Vanity joined this roster back in August. We've been seeing exactly what kind of team this Cloud9 can be. We're coming to this first gun round. Oh, and another technical pause.
A little early.
A little early.
A little early. We'll figure out what's going on. We'll get you all information as soon as humanly possible, but Potter, I think one of the other things that we discussed leading into this was what Fnatic would we see, right? Because it had been a while. When they're good, they're really good, and when they're not, they're painfully not, right? Like, their highs are real high and their lows are very underwhelming.
Yeah.
What have been your thoughts so far on Fnatic?
You know, it's confusing, Doug. Like I said before, so many questions, right? I think, look, if you put Cloud9's match history up against Fnatic's match history, and we take a look at their most recent matches, you're gonna lean heavily in the favor of Cloud9. That's just how questionable the Fnatic roster has looked over these past couple months. But hey, look, man, these guys have been boot camping for the past month in Europe, the Fnatic guys. And as I mentioned before, I think this Boaster move, getting solidified onto that Sova role, no longer on the controller, that's gonna do 2 different things. It's gonna allow Boaster to be with the pack, to be able to set his teammates up with that sort of information. And because he's with the pack, he's going to be able to react a little bit faster, try to get those communications over to his squad a little bit faster. And hopefully, as a unit, this squad in Fnatic, they're able to react a little bit better, a little bit faster.
Now, how much value do you place on the rat, though, right? Because it seems like, depending on the map, a rat's a big deal. And now that Vanity, who had historically been the rattiest of them all, not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what, he's typically severe. How much value do you place in that?
It's a good point. You know, know, I think Boaster, he was fantastic at Masters Reykjavik, right? I mean, we saw him on those lurks. I mean, the man busted out Brimstone and he was fragging on him, right? Stimmy up, getting a lurk kill, finding himself some sort of pinch on the extremity. So certainly being the in-game leader, that kind of allowed him to have that map visioned out into his mind so that he can find the holes, find the lurk kills, and set up some sort of opportunity for his team. But, you know, that's where Mystic comes in, right, for the Fnatic guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I am being told that it was an audio issue, and I was also told that we should have it taken care of. So we should be jumping in to the game very, very soon, and the good friends in the truck have not made me a liar. So we are hopping back into this thing. Cloud9 up 2-0 early on. They've looked good. They invested money. You still have Zeta rocking that Vandal that he bought round 2. Things are sitting pretty.
Things are sitting pretty. A healthy buy for Fnatic. No ultimates coming online quite yet. And for Cloud9, they're going to want to stick together here, Doug. I mean, their weaponry, they've got a bunch of Spectres across the board. Sure, Zeta's got that Vandal. He's going to be able to pop some long-range shots off, but for the rest of Cloud9, they're going to want to group up.
Haven't made their way exceptionally far yet. Boaster getting the first kill of the round, and now you see the spike has made its way past 410 up top. Mitch planted in this exact same spot in the previous round. Finds success here again.
Love this plant coming through for Cloud9. So many layers available for this squad in this post plant in case Mitch gets taken out just like he did. It's all good. Cloud9, they've got the backlines covered. Vanity's got his poison still in play. 2 members of Fnatic on the flank once again, just like Pistol.
Oh, Zeppa turned away at just the wrong time. Vanity looking to keep back the flank. Spike ticking away. Numbers in favor of Fnatic heavily. So Leaf, that's a crispy shot. He gets the second one onto Mystic. So far, so good. Leaf going hunting, going aggressive. But you've got Doma on the defuse. He has to peel back. Doma gets it to half, gets it past. He's gonna get all the way through, and he does.
Beautiful, beautiful diffuse coming through for Fnatic. You know, I think if you look at this at first glance, you wonder, what the heck is Magnum doing? Why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he shooting? Why isn't he helping his teammate out in Mystic? But it's because he knows as long as he just survives, as long as he's just a distraction, as long as he knows that he puts the presence of that potential flank into the mix, he knows that his teammates can defuse the spike and they can get the dub on the board. Beautifully played coming here for Fnatic.
Now Cloud9 still have plenty of money, so they're going to be back on guns. And for Fnatic, after winning that last round, they do still have a Spectre. They're bringing into things. No ultimate online quite yet, but that's an excellent start out from Durka.
Good night, Leaf. Just gets deleted off the map. And for the Cloud9 guys, you know, Mitch, he's 2 orbs away. Maybe he can collect this A main orb, try to get some B main control. You can see that Vanity's waiting there for him. Perhaps they can get Leaf back into the round. But right now, 1:15 still left. They're just going to slow it down here.
Yeah, and I don't know that Fnatic have much of a challenge to this orb if they decide to go that way. You see Zeta's already passed that spot, so that's certainly still an option here. You mentioned it, though, like cut noise, slow things down, reset the round, and see how they want to approach things. They still have plenty of options in front of them.
Yeah, right now, C9, they're just kind of waiting for Fnatic to make a mistake. Overstep just a little bit, perhaps give up some sort of equalizing kill. That alarm bot's going to give information over towards Fnatic, but Vanity's okay with that. Look at the rest of Cloud9, they're hitting the site.
Oh, and it was discipline now from Fnatic because you saw after the alarm bot was triggered, they hardly moved. Cloud9 still works their way onto A. Mitch gets a spike down, even with the shock dart in his face. He's going to be able to heal himself up. Back to a comfortable spot as Zeta's waiting to see who's going to push their way forward. Spike slowly but surely ticking away. You have to be careful here. You don't have enough as far as personnel to make sure the flank is not going to be a factor. And there it is. It comes. Vanity left alone, though, in a 1v3. You got to have eyes on the back of your head as well, because there is pressure coming. He gets dinked. That does not feel good. 6 armor, 63 HP. He's still trying to make magic happen. The snake bite, all of the damage. There's just way too much for him to handle by himself.
There is just way too much. And you know, that's the second time, once again, for Fnatic coming through with that Sage wall, just really solidifying that defuse, making sure that they're able to just get across the finish line there. And once again, another flank coming through for Fnatic. Mystic is so damn patient. I mean, no matter what, Vanity, he was always going to get pinched there. So although it was a 3 versus 5, that was a very tough post plan for Cloud9 to be able to actually convert. Fnatic they're starting to look clean in these last 2 rounds, Doug. They seem to have a very good game plan, and they seem to be okay with allowing Cloud9 to get that spike down at A.
Yeah, and I think the onus is now on Cloud9. What do you do to adjust for the fact that there's constantly somebody wrapping around you at all times, right? You have to be able to shore that up, and it's difficult if you find yourself in a post-plant numbers disadvantage. You don't have anybody you can put back there.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see a bit of a change of pace here for Cloud9. A lot of members towards B here. They've got that B main control, and Leaf, he's taking a lot of damage. Mitch is going to go ahead and top him off a little bit. And take a look at Vanity. He's just, oh, Leaf. A haircut.
Yeah, the topping off was not quite enough. May have needed a bit more. He's already dropped, but you can tell they still at least fake the possibility, right, that there is pressure heading towards B, and they haven't fully committed, but they may be going soon.
Durka's being so aggressive, Vanity. He's about to get pinched here. We've got Durka and the Sova meeting up. Now, Leaf, he does get res in the spike. It should get down. This is a 4 versus 5 pose, but that Molly, how clutch.
He's managed to dance around the first bit of utility, not able to take care of that. Zeppa's going to get the spike down anyway, but what that does is that buys time. Now, Fnatic, again, continue to push their way forward. They were able to approach this retake from multiple angles. You've got Boaster on the flank, who's already got one. Durka does as well with that Blade Storm 5v2. Zeppa has all sorts of nonsense that he's going to have to deal with, and this does not look good. Fnatic, they've kind of come back here. Mystic's on the defuse, and he's just going to carry that bad boy all the way.
Yeah, Zeppa, he's gonna get taken out. What a retake coming through for Fnatic. You saw Durka. He was being way too patient in mid. Even if the Cloud9 members were all towards B, the spike was going down, he was still patient. He knew all along his entire plan was gonna be to updraft towards mid, get that pick in that B main from that elevated position. Beautiful combo coming through for Fnatic, and you can see that no matter whether it's B site or A, they're okay with Cloud9 getting the spike down. They're okay with letting these guys have that post plan set up. They've got so many layers in this retake, Doug.
Cloud9 have not found very much room to work with up until this point. It's been very impressive by Fnatic. They find themselves with a 1-round lead. Cloud9 on a lighter buy. You see Stingers, Spectres, a little bit of everything else in between, but the Blade Storm often identified as one of the big difference makers in a round such as this. Leaf is going to get his chance, and he's gotten his face ripped off on more than one occasion, and that was almost the exact same outcome.
Nice wall up for Zeppa. He doesn't find a kill, but he's got a lot of pressure. Him and Leaf, the duo combo, and Magnum gets him taken out. It's just all down to Leaf, but look at his positioning. If his teammates are able to create some sort of distraction, this sort of pinch in this post plant is going to be everything for Cloud9.
This is the answer to getting flanked. You flank the flanker, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Durka. Oh, not even letting the shot. Zeta with the gorgeous timing there, and there's Leaf on that flank that we mentioned, that Blade Storm paying off. Boaster. Oh, no. Oh, Boaster able to take one with him, but Zeta avoids a bit of a mess there. Doma drops the wall down. The Hunter's Fury coming out. Things looking very good for Cloud9 as they answer in a desperately, really needed round.
Desperately, really needed round indeed, Doug. And you know, we talked about it. Hey, we said, were we going to see Script 9? We're going to see which kind of Cloud9 are we going to see? And that's exactly what they busted out. Leaf, he knows how to get aggressive in all the best ways. You see that he just runs it down with the knives, gets into Fnatic's map on their snowman side, and just creates the pinch. So beautiful stuff for Cloud9, and pretty basic as well. I mean, it's just kind of infinite.
Zeppa has that showstopper online. Uh-oh, Durka's gone aggressive. The Mad Lad, I don't know that they know you're Potter, and he's gonna get a chance to blow up this entire no, he's been spotted. Leaves the opposite before it even becomes a problem. Now they can turn their attention more towards A, and you see them peeling back. Look at both players, Zeta and Vanity, making sure there's nobody on the flank. We're already seeing an adaptation to Fnatic's approach. Yeah,
exactly. I'm so glad you point that out, because as we said, I mean, that's just kind of been the crux for Cloud9. Anytime they hit a site, they're getting flanked. So this time, you can see the thoughtfulness coming through, and things have just really slowed down. Right now, Cloud9 are just waiting again for Fnatic to have some sort of reaction, and look at the showstopper onto Zeppa here. Maybe some sort of dark combo with the short showstopper to get that entry into the site. But right now, Cloud9, they're just cutting noise, and Zeppa, he gets spotted.
That showstopper's got to be like burning a hole in his pocket, right? I can go, there he goes, Doma's able to take one out, though Vanity swings out, trades that back. Now he can work his way forward along with the rest of Cloud9 to get the spike down. Numbers in favor of Cloud9, albeit slight, but there.
It is certainly there, and Mystic again. Magnum, he is on the flank. And Magnum, he's got to be super patient. I mean, just take a look at how far Mystic is right now. If Magnum's able to find a frag, create some sort of diversion, and there it is. Now it's Mystic's turn to get next.
Yeah, but
Spike is ticking away.
Is Magnum expecting a player right below him? I think that's what's left to be seen. Oh, he is now. But ZettWon'n's head out anyway. Mystic in a 1v2, nothing doing. Cloud9 take the lead back, and the recipe hasn't exactly changed, right? They still want to hit the site fast, but when they find themselves at even numbers that they can invest towards taking care of the flank, they're much more comfortable.
They certainly are. And you know, all things considered, I gotta say, that was a decent round for Fnatic. Sure,
yeah,
they lost, but you know, they burned a lot of ults. We saw Zeppa using the showstopper. We saw a 2 versus 3 almost happen in that post plant on the retake. Fnatic certainly have a solid game plan. I think, you know, if the round didn't start off with a man down off the rip, with Cloud9 being 5 versus 4 onto Fnatic, that round should have probably been Fnatic's.
I like this from Fnatic. Look at that. You got 3 working their way down belong. Again, the flank. Fnatic very clearly understanding that that is a win condition, or at least that's what they're going to try to get to get that win condition. Durka just destroys Mitch.
Good night. Mitch gets taken out, and there's even a Guardian over here. Mystic's got a Guardian on his back. I mean, this is gonna get interesting. Vanity feeling the pressure, feeling like he's got to take map, and he gets taken out as well. Zeppa's in a pretty decent spot. The spike should go down, and he's still got the paint shields on his back.
Fnatic somewhat comfortable here. You can see some pings coming out on the minimap, but I like this from Cloud9, how they've set up aggressively. Take a look at where Leaf is, right? Like, he's all the way up to make sure there's nobody pushing their way forward. Makes this attempt at a retake a bit more difficult, but Leaf may have his hands full as he's dancing around. The Cloudburst one, not able to get the second as Durka takes care of him. That Marshall's been so good for him up until that point. Numbers now back in favor of the defending team, but they've got to bust a move. Spike ticking away. Zeppa makes it a 2v2. Oh, Zeppa, the 1v1. Is Mystic gonna have time? He goes up top. I think he's just gonna try to take the fight to him, or at least survive, keep the weapon away. He does that. Cloud9 take the round. Beautiful stuff for Cloud9, and so close.
Another close round for Fnatic. Obvious weapon disadvantage coming through, but a beautiful opening for Durka makes things look almost possible in that A site. I'll be curious to see exactly if we see any sort of changes for Fnatic. Take a look on the left-hand side of your screen. 4 ultimates coming online for the guys of Fnatic. Now, we haven't really seen them contesting A, contesting B. It seems their game plan is into the retake, but with this Hunter's Fury up, Fnatic might be a little bit more inclined to start contesting these choke points and fighting for it because they've got the Hunter's Fury on their back.
How do they approach this? You hear the op in Durka's hands as well. 1 point from getting the Blade Storm, and this is a different look from Cloud9. Like, I like this heavy push across mid. Oh dear, Durka. Great opening shot. The wall's gonna deny any opportunity at a second, but Boaster's able to get his.
Get his, he does. Mystic, a beautiful shot as well. Mitch isn't even looking at him, and Leaf falls to his death as well. It's all just down to Zeta. And if he gets a couple of kills, that would be everything, but just a sliver.
Well,
oh, okay.
Yes, for a couple. Almost got
it.
The second just gets one. Fnatic able to kind of fight their way back here, and it was really, when you get multi-kills like that, when you've got people like dropping out of the sky in front of you, just like teed up, it's almost too easy.
It is. You know, they're just falling out of the sky, Doug. I mean, you take those absolutely. Solid hold coming through here for Fnatic. You know, I like this move. I like this response for Cloud9. Fnatic were just so ready for it, though. You know, I mentioned the fact that the Hunter's Fury was up. Fnatic bring the fight right into where the Soba would be, which is in that mid-boiler area. And look at this, Doug. 5 ultimates coming online for Fnatic right in the nick of time as we're closing out into this first half.
Oh, it's going to be a beefy one. You see that shock dart come through. Try to clear out anyone playing top tube. And for Cloud9, I mean, slow, quiet.
So quiet. they're gonna need to do something about Durka's Aang. I mean, this is, okay, the drone does come through, beautiful.
Gosh, you and Aang, that kills me every time. We'll see how things pan out. Leaf with the Blade Storm creeping his way forward, up in his face, doesn't give a dang. As you hear the Hunter's Fury coming on mine, Roomba clearing out backside, Durka looking for the tight angle, a shot right in the kneecaps. Drops Zeppa, numbers in favor of Fnatic. You hear the Viper's pick coming through as well. From
Oh, no.
Leaf, oh boy, that was bad. That did not look good. Boaster winning that duel out. Oh,
That's a
Spidey
huge kill.
Yeah. And again, you read the flank, you read it every time. The lockdown's gonna come out as well. It's gonna force.
Oh no.
Base? Yeah, they have to step back. Mitch might be in trouble. Mitch, get away! No, he's dropped. He's caught, but there's nobody pushing forward. He may be okay for time being, but Doma's gonna stick it. He's gonna stick it. He's gonna take it all the way again. How many times has that been?
That is too many times, Doug. That is too many times. The Sage Wall once again coming through in insane measures here for Fnatic. You can see that the Sage, Doma, he's saving it every single round. And once again, it comes through. This was a little bit kind of wonky for Cloud9. I mean, they had the site. It seemed like they should have been able to set up a little bit better, especially when Zeta got that flank kill off. It seemed like Cloud9 should have had a much easier post, but again, Fnatic, they seem to have so many different looks on these flanks, on these retakes, that they're making Cloud9's posts as difficult as possible.
Durka.
Oh no.
Got messed up too. Just down to 2 armor, 76 HP. And he's had to give up the angle. Still okay for now. The Hunter's Fury. Leaf! Oh, Leaf, you bit off a bit more than you could chew. But the res comes out. Does Durka go aggressive? Oh, he tried going hot and heavy right into his lap, but Durka says not today. The res is going to come through from Boaster as well. As the half, gets dangerously close to meeting its end. I like this from Vanity. Makes his way up B long. They may find some space down B.
Yeah, Vanity, if he gets this pick onto Killjoy, who's very much ready for that Magnum, just kind of gives Vanity a gifting headshot there. The squad is here, though. Yeah.
So kind of gifting headshot right around Christmas time. Viper's Fit comes out as the wall goes up. Mitch has to give that space right back. They're running out of time, too. I think they kind of have to commit here. So far, so good. Leaf takes care of Magnum. I mean, Fnatic's so far away, they're going to have to buy a considerable amount of time to approach this together.
Yeah, but we've seen this, right? I mean, Fnatic, they seem to really understand the timings of how much, seconds they have in this retake. Durka, a lot of damage onto Vanity, but...
Doma put the wall up. Doma did it again. Oh! Doma did it again, and Leaf tried going in from the top. Not able to do so. Mystic again on the defuse. He doesn't even need to stick it as they're cleaned up. Durka with 3 on the round. Fnatic get to 6. This has been such a clinical performance out from Fnatic, and it's all been off of that Sage Wall.
Yeah, the Sage Wall is coming in clutch once again. I think, what is that, Doug? 4, 5 rounds
Something
now
like
that we've seen it coming in and allowing these guys to get that diffuse off. But again, just like it's kind of startling us with the timings, how patient the Fnatic guys are in initiating this retake. Oh, that shot. What the hell is that? What a flick coming out from Durka. And again, this retake, you can see the confidence and the understanding of these Fnatic guys and how much time they actually have. You know, when the spike is ticking away like that, you think you need to really rush into the site, but these Fnatic guys, they're playing this beautifully right now.
Looks like things are going to end up on A. Durka still with that off spot of the ponytail. Yeah! Oh, Boaster does it for him. Vanity has a Spectre here as well. We'll see if Durka's able to find any more magic with that op. He's going to have plenty of chances. This time not able to land. The nade right in his lap. Messes him up. He has to give the space away.
Spike should get planted here. Cloud9. And we haven't seen a solid post plant coming through for Cloud9. Fnatic haven't allowed it at all, but this time around, a little bit of breathing room. Vanity, you can see he has every intention of shutting down this flank. 2 members of Fnatic, so slow, but they're about to meet Vanity.
You've got to take care of Doma, right? He's been it for Fnatic, and he's still got that wall. If you're Cloud9, you have to take care of him, but how do you do it? You don't do it like that.
The wall again, Doug.
Yep. Boaster taking care of Zeppa. Wall again. They just don't have an answer. Potter, they don't have an answer for it. What did they do?
That is startling. That's worrisome. You know, Fnatic, these guys seem to be reading Cloud9 like a freaking playbook, like a picture book, one of those third grader little pop-up picture books. They know exactly when Cloud9 are going to come, and they're completely fine with it. They're completely fine with giving them the site, and they win it every time.
7-5 half for Fnatic. We're going to throw it to the desk to have them break down the Sage walls, which have been really the story of the entire half. Riv, take it away.
So many walls. We actually tried to have one constructed here on desk, but we didn't have enough time, unfortunately. That was a back and forth. Both teams adapting, trying different things, and in the end there, I think we just saw a ferocious Fnatic not wanting to give up an A site.
It was just what you wanted to see. Just every round that we saw Fnatic win, every piece mattered. It was just like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of watching Fnatic, is like, this was important because of that. Like, the protocol's looking stronger against a team that is incredible in post plants on this map with Cloud9. The fact that they only managed 7 in the end, 2 including the pistol, this is the Fnatic that we've been missing for eons, at least so far from what we've seen.
I think the thing as well that Doug sort of almost hinted at going back to us is the fact that they were using the Sage Wall only
over and over
for retakes. Like, most of the time you see teams like maybe do that once or twice, or do it in a pistol because you know that they're not going to be able to break it too easily. They had that as a ready counter on the A site almost every single time, and that's before we even talk about the fact that Durka, he hasn't gone anywhere, has he? It's the same guy that we saw ages ago back in Reykjavik, just coming into Icebox and just being like, you know what, I'm the best player in the server and I'm going to act like it.
You did say a little more reined in, though. I like that.
I think that's right.
Identify Ryan.
Yeah, like sure, you have that brilliance, but
yeah,
we still got the attack, right?
Yeah,
still got the attack.
But like, that's what Leaf does on both sides, right? And we saw some Leaf brilliance when he flanks all the way through Snowman into the back of Kitchen. Like, that's the moments where Cloud9 is like, all right, we're on the back foot a little bit. I need to do something insane. Durka, it's just, I'm going to stand on these angles. I'm at least going to get information if I don't miss the shot, but I'm pretty sure he didn't miss a shot at all on that defense. Now, I think for Fnatic on attack, it's holding steadfast defaults and effectively waiting to be pushed by Leaf and Zephyr, I think, at this point. Like, I think Leaf, to an extent, has had his moments, but for the most part, he's been found out a little bit.
And we'll see if they can get that operator in the hands of Durka real quick, because it seemed to be something that also started to flip the script. The rounds that were going back and forth were because one person was alive from each team on the rounds. Once they got a little bit of bankroll, we saw the fire start to come out from Fnatic. We're going to be getting back into the second half. It is getting underway. Back to Doug and Potter to get us in there.
Thank you so much, Riv. A spicy start to the series, a spicy start to the map. Cloud9 made their living off of post-plant scenarios in the past, and Fnatic said, nah, you ain't doing that to us.
Not today. Not today, Doug. Yeah, and I mean, if Fnatic's defenses are even, rather attack is even half as good as their defenses were, this is going to be very challenging for Cloud9. You can see that Leafy's got a lot of deep angles. He does get tagged out. He's going to get pushed back. And the Cloud9 guys are reacting. Sova and Viper going to catch up with Leaf here, but Fnatic aren't going to take the site very fast.
No, and it seems like Cloud9 are okay with giving up a little bit of space, at least for now. Make sure that the hit is actually headed that way. Leaf already getting the opener. Oh my goodness. Boaster goes a big there for 2, but Mitch looking to do a bit of his own, and it's actually Vanity who cleans things up there with the 2-piece to give Cloud9 the pistol. This bodes well for the rest of this half. It means it's going to be a good one, Potter.
It definitely does bode well for the Cloud9 guys. A little bit of a gift, I would say, for Cloud9. You know, it seemed weird. Maybe Boaster got a little bit too hyphy because he found those 2 opening kills, but that hit into the site, I didn't really see a Sage Wall. I didn't see a dart into the site. It did just seem like a little bit wonky, a little wishy-washy. I want to see a little bit more decisive hits when it comes to the sites there.
Cloud9, gun advantage. Fnatic not investing really much of anything as far as artillery goes. Just a bit of utility to work with. They lean towards A. Put that Viper's wall up towards B, but they, it seems like, at least for now, do want to go towards A. They're peeling back, though.
Yeah, they're just going to slow it down. Bide some time, and I mean, all of B main is open right now. If Fnatic are able to find their timing, and the drone is just going to miss them. Oh, Mystic. I think it would have been a little bit better if he had just tucked, but The rest of Fnatic, they're going to make it into the B main, and I don't know if there's a Sage wall up here or not, but with the way that Cloud9 are playing it, if Fnatic just keep walking through all the way and combo a wall, dart, something, they should be able to get the spike down.
You've got Leaf, no one really in the same vicinity as the B side as he works his way forward. As soon as those walls go up, yeah, you can tell that's where they want to go. Oh boy, that was terrifying to watch. Imagine coming through that wall and seeing all of that in front of you. With 30 seconds left, Fnatic managed to establish control and get the spike down just a hair.
Nice sacrifice for Mystic. We'll see if the rest of the Fnatic guys can make this post happen. Not a lot of utility, hardly any at all, and Mitch responds back with his own wall, starts to defuse, and Zephyr gets caught out with a nade out. One.
Boaster, you mad lad. No armor, the classic. Messes Mitch up, he has to back up, 46 HP. Mitch on the tap, the Hunter's Fury's gonna come out as well, and he's right freaking next to him. Peels off, dancing around the container. There's not enough time.
The sound
I don't know that he's gonna get it. Boaster, but Mitch got it to half. Is he gonna get it all the way through? He is. What a response.
What the heck just happened? Barely a buy, barely a round for Fnatic. They just wanted to get the spike down. They thought, you know, maybe we'll get a kill, maybe we'll get gifted an ultimate orb here or there, but they all of a sudden almost got gifted the entire round. Boaster makes it look easy. I wish he actually got the kill with the Hunter's Fury. That would have been kind of the icing on the cake to end things off here, but man, fantastic stuff coming through. Just back and forth these last two rounds.
Woo. That was a clincher though. I mean, that was a clincher. Textbook
Squeaky
clincher.
bum time, as you love to say, Doug.
7-7 as we kick off another round. Fnatic not doing very much aggressively at all. I do like this alarm bot here though, across mid.
Yeah, you know, I think Fnatic, they're the masters of the flank, right? We saw it in the first half. They're like, you know what, let's not let that happen to us. We're gonna go ahead and put the alarm bot down and make sure that sort of base is covered. Leaf, I like this aim for him. If he's able to find an opening kill, at least do some massive damage, just get rid of the Sage heal a little bit early into this round, that would be huge for Cloud9, the drone.
Nice. At this point, if he
look at that damage.
Well, and look, like, the great thing is, though, yeah, Leaf didn't get the kill, but he stayed alive.
Yeah.
Right, and he dealt some damage. He's able to buy some time. The thing is, you still have Mystic playing back in spawn, so there's a chance to rotate out, but you're running out of time here.
You are. Killjoy Molotov is going to kind of clear out a little bit of the choke points. Boaster gaining a lot of ground. That's so much damage for Leaf through a smoke. Beautiful stuff. Cloud9 have 4 members, only 2 left for Fnatic. Durkee and Mystic. Spike is down. Oh, this Molly.
Well, that Spike's in a brutal spot. They're just going to have to frag their way out. Yeah, and they're not able to. It got stuck up there. And there was just no way to get up to the tippy top.
Tippy top for sure. Yeah, that's a clean round for Cloud9. You know, all things considered, especially thinking back of how the last 2 rounds went. I mean, and it started off the back of Leaf, right? You can see how comfortable he is in these forward angles. He's got that dash. He's got the get out of jail free card. So he's taken those forward angles, and that's what Cloud9 need. They need some damage off. They need to make Fnatic use that utility earlier than later. And that's kind of Leaf's job here for Cloud9.
So far, the guy has done the job pretty freaking well, right? But Fnatic, they've looked so good. You've got Mystic 1 point away from having that Viper's Pit online, but they don't have a ton to work with here, right? You've got the Marshall, you've got a couple of pistols, but that's it.
Definitely a scrappy buy, and Leaf, he's looking to farm, Doug. He wants it bad. He's in a forward position, pops some shots off, and look at Fnatic. They don't want to deal with it at all. Gonna pivot towards mid and make a split happen here.
And that was actually really cool to see from Cloud9, because as soon as Conto was played there, you saw Zeta invest the drone to make sure they weren't peeling back. Yeah, got shot out, but they have a beat on things for now. Mystic, though, great start. Traded right back out. You feel the gun difference here, Potter.
You certainly do.
Wait.
Durka, that looked on, but Fnatic, they have the ace site completely. Spike is gonna go down.
Are they gonna do this?
This is close. This is too damn close, Doug.
Vanity gets healed up, has no armor, swings out, surprise. Boaster drops down, stays alive for now. The pre-fire, no good. Durka is, however, it's a 2v2 is all that remains. You've got Leaf with that Bladestorm as Magnum dancing around, not able to get much going. It's all gonna fall down to Durka. Durka with that Marshall. As Vanity's on the tap, he goes in aggressive, stuffs the barrel down his face. Oh, but Leaf trades it back out, again avoiding what could be disaster.
Disaster indeed. Barely scraping by in this round. Beautiful stuff coming through for Fnatic. I love the patience that Durka showcased there as well with that Viper smoke coming through. On the first tap, nah, he didn't go through. He's just going to buy his time, make Vanity sweat it out just a little bit and come through the smoke, get a no-scope going. And these are the kind of superstar plays, the superstar reactions that I want to see from a top team like Fnatic. And that was close. Cloud9, they've got to be feeling a little bit a sigh of relief, I have to say, for being able to convert that one.
Operator in the hands of Leaf. He's got the Bladestorm as well. You hear that come online. Durka has his to boot. You also hear the Viper Spit come online towards A, coming out from Vanity to deny entry there. That's going to focus, or at least that's going to funnel, Fnatic towards mid-map. Mitch had a cheeky little spot, gets a spike. That's all he gets.
Yeah, 1-for-1 there is just not good enough for Fnatic. Look at Mystic's position. Zeppa's going to get caught way off guard. That's just showstopper out of the round. And Mystic, all of the kitchen, it's his. Viper's Pit's going to go down. Leaf, he's in an interesting position. He's also got Bladestorms. He could be the hero here for Cloud9.
He's going to have his hands full as they creep their way forward. You've got Durka getting the plant down up top. Oh, Leaf.
Spike planted.
Not able to land the shots. Durka's up there as well. Dueling blades. As Durka goes up. Oh, Durka gets the best of Zeta and the best of Leaf. As he's looking for more Vanity and his Spectre. All that's left. He shows up just a bit late. The party's about over, mate.
Or it's just getting started. No. Party's over. Yep.
Wrap it up.
No,
We're done.
Vanity got the different memo. All good, though. That's another round on the board for Fnatic. And what a fantastic mid-split here for these guys. I mean, we saw it, right? Mitch, he got an opening kill. It looked fantastic. But when you're in that forward of a position, when you're in the territory of the attackers almost, and you get immediately traded out a 1-for-1, that's generally always going to favor the attackers. And you saw exactly what happened. Mystic, he had all of that kitchen control. And that's just too much map gone for Cloud9. They've got to have a hero come up in order to get back and bounce back into the round. But either way, Fnatic, it was a clean round.
Well, and to the hero thing, they tried, right, with that showstopper.
Oh, my.
Wasn't doing Leaf. Oh, man, he had a chance at something fun there. Something a little cheeky. But Durka stuffs it. Fnatic have answered so well in situations like this where Cloud9 have an opportunity to make something happen. Fnatic just shuts the door on him, and it seems like they're doing that here as well.
The dart should be huge. Zeta, good reaction, a nice no-scope, but Zeppa, he just potentially wants to... Oh, the reload! Having a little fun, but Doma's gonna go ahead and clean that out. Yup, let him know. Send the message, Doma. Let him know. Zeppa's gonna have a thinker about that one as they buy coming into this round. And look at Durka. You know, I mean, we talked about it on the desk. The fact that also when you look at the match history or the champions and the agents that this man is playing, he's playing everything. Yeah. Right? I mean, whether it's a Soba, whether it's even a Viper sometimes. I mean, it seems like he can do no wrong, and he's absolutely just shining in this opening match here for Fnatic.
They do say variety is the spice of life.
They do.
So, boys got all that spice. Here for Fnatic. Again, tied up at 9 apiece. Durka has that up. His hands leave.
That damage. He
Broken
broke his
knees.
ankles.
Yeah, that sounded so painful.
Ow. That's not fun, man. He's going to go and back up. Hopefully, Sage still has a heal for him. He's going to try to be the nicest teammate ever and ask to get topped off. Cloud9's defenses, they still look decent enough. Zeppa, he should still have a bit of utility. Yup, he's got the paint shells and the satchels. It just depends on what kind of help Leaf can provide here, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like Cloud9 are wanting to ride and die, and fight for this site. They're gonna go and let the spike go down. That was just too much damage onto Leaf with the shock dart there.
Oh, but that dart was so good, and Zeta's Hunter's Fury takes care of Doma. Boaster having to dance around. Stay alive for now. The spike is collected. Leaf waiting at the doorstep for Boaster to pop his way up. Has to think twice about it and goes for the low plan, and that's where you have utility kind of flying through things, and that's why they haven't been able to get the spike down yet. That's why they're going to have to flip the map around.
Yeah, 30 seconds. They're just beelining it, making it towards B here. You can see Boaster. He's actually deviating. He's going to go up towards tube, and that's so much noise, so much information for him. He cuts the rotations off at the mid. Killjoy should get the spike down, and it's all down to Zeta. He knows Boaster's in this general vicinity. He's going to try to sniff him out, but Durka, he's here. He's got Boaster's back, and he's going to clean it up. That's a 10th round on the board here for Fnatic.
And that was a flip, right? Because we highlighted it in the moment. Boaster tried planning up top. Or excuse me, Fnatic tried planning up top.
Yes.
First time didn't work, right? Then Boaster picked up, tried going up top as well. Leaf was there to push him back, dropped down, and then there was utility all over the place, so they couldn't get the spike down. Had to flip out. When you're having to go to plan B, plan C, plan D in a round, things get a little hairy, right? But Boaster, freaking nuts for Fnatic.
Freaking nuts indeed. And you know, that was one of the things that these Fnatic guys talked about in their interviews. One of their biggest focuses was being able to lean onto each other, right? Yeah. Teamwork is the dream work, and Fnatic fully believe that. And you can see it in the patience, in the way that they're constantly waiting for each other, never taking a 1v1. And as I say that, Zeta, he takes his 1v1. He does take out Boaster, but Doma's got the res right off the back there.
Yeah, you can tell they didn't bring very much. When you've got Spectres and a Frenzy and stuff like that, why not? Kind of roll the die, see what you can find. Leaf, I don't know that he's going to get a chance at much of anything quite yet, unless Doma plays with fire, and it looks like that's going to be the case. But the timing is just insane. Leaf has to dash away.
Dashes away, finds himself another angle for himself with that Marshall. Again, Cloud9, this is just a scrappy buy. They're trying to do as much damage as they can, maybe get those a little bit closer on the table.
Yeah, but a Frenzy.
Hey,
I mean,
you say but a Frenzy,
yeah,
Doug.
That's true.
But I say he's got a Frenzy, right? I mean, that's a dangerous weapon, especially in the kind of position that Zeppa's in, that close range angle there.
Yeah, I mean, it's no classic.
Of course, of course.
But we'll take the Frenzy.
He's right above him. Look down.
Oh, that's gonna go.
Oh, wait.
Where the heck was he?
Oh
They
my
got him with the freaking Frenzy. You were right. Zeppa's still alive, too. 3 armor. Surely doesn't get a second. I would have lost my mind.
I was wishing for Zeppa to get that second there. Vanity is going to get taken out, and that was a clean round for Fnatic in that eco round. Look, Cloud9, this is going to be one of the healthiest buys that they're probably going to have into this half. I mean, it's 11-9 here. They do not want to give away match point for Fnatic. This is where Cloud9 need to make their stand.
Yeah, it has to happen now, right? You're not going to get, you might not get another opportunity to really play up this way, so we'll see how they approach around. The problem is, too, for Cloud9 is that Fnatic's got a lot of money, right? Mystics at 8,800 credits. Durka's got 7,000 as well. So even if things do go sideways here, Fnatic should be able to buy out for the rest of the half, potentially.
Yeah, they are not balling on a budget. They're just straight up balling right now. Durka's going to try to find some sort of opening here. And Cloud9, they seem like...
You should run.
Okay. This flank was almost possible, but they just kind of bluffed that. They're going to give away this A site. This should be a free plant for Fnatic. And here comes Doma.
You and that wall. Doma gets the spike down. Now Cloud9 attempt the retake. Oh! Excellent shots out from Leaf to clean that up. But you've got Durka. Freaking turret. Back with the op, not letting anyone through. There's just so much you have to work your way through as well. You've got the Viper's wall, you've got utility, but that's just sliver of health, right? You have to deal with Durka, right? You've got to push him off the angle. You've got to throw something up to make sure he doesn't cause any more problems. Oh, Mitch swings around, Leaf drop. Oh, there it is. They take care of Durka, but Boaster gets 2. The Hunter's Fury comes out and it isn't even able to get anything with it, but Mitch gets the defuse. Cloud9 gets to 10. That round was nuts.
What a beautiful retake for Cloud9. That looked almost impossible, Doug. That looked like that was going to be Fnatic's round every single time. But the patience and Zeppa coming in huge. Look, the man only got 1 kill, but the 1 kill was all he needed. He was the distraction, the crosshair displacement, the everything for Cloud9 to be able to actually make that round work. He comes right into the crosshair of Durka. Durka misses, and that's exactly what Cloud9 needed. That was close, though, Doug. That was way too close.
Well, and like Fnatic, like you said, Potter, they had the setup,
Yeah.
right? Like you've got an op from Durka staring at the spike. You also have the Sage wall to force them. They have to come all the way out. By the time you swing out, you're on an island, right? Like there's nowhere for you to really go. But you talked about that 1 kill, getting the op off, pushing him off of that really opened things up for Cloud9 then to take the fight to Fnatic's doorstep, and that was exactly what they needed.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so weird how that round started from the get-go, right? Because we saw Leaf actually almost making a flank happen. He was almost in a main on the attacker side of the map, and I think that in turn ended up helping Cloud9 because that was a bluff, right? None of the Cloud9 members actually ended up flanking, but that noise cue, the threat of a flank potentially coming, that really helped bolster that sort of retake and allow Cloud9 to make that happen.
Enough of a distraction.
Yeah.
To throw a wrench into the plans. Cloud9 get to 10. Fnatic call a timeout as they feel some of the pressure coming through. And for Fnatic, you take a look on the timeline, it was smooth sailing, right? They'd won 4 in a row to respond to the 4 that Cloud9 and won to open up the half. But now Cloud9 pushing their way back into this. They call a timeout. Fnatic looking to reset.
Looking to reset for sure. Mitch, he's got the Sage res on the table. And none of the Fnatic guys actually have a real ultimate to be able to have an exec. Maybe Durka with those knives, but generally speaking, should be just a default. And I say just a default, but Leaf finds another opening kill, just following the drone down the tube, and Fnatic, they have no response, no trade in sight.
Now Fnatic have to rethink how they want to approach this round. Without Boaster, without the Soviet utility to work with. Again, you can feel the tension as Fnatic call a timeout just a few moments ago. Map potentially on the line here. It's Cloud9, I mean, they certainly have the advantage in that they can apply personnel wherever they want. They don't have to fully invest everything into a given spot either.
Yeah, they don't. And this is very interesting. Magnum and Mystic have been hand in hand in tandem towards this tube. They're trying to find some sort of timing. They might find it. Vanity's got his back turned right now. Oh, this timing, Doug.
Mitch might do the same. There's Magnum. You call it. Oh, no.
No!
Get out of my way.
Don't look. Fnatic fans, don't look.
30 seconds left.
Oh, but Durka shows up to save the day. He's still got that Blade Storm. You've got Mitch creeping his way around. Doma gets the spike down. The res comes through, and Magnum's got to know where that is. Once again, it's going to be a thing about timing. Yeah, another flank. As Magnum creeping his way forward, they don't know that he's there, and he's going to get a chance to blow the thing up, but he shoots. I don't know that Zeppa knows. Oh, no, he doesn't know. Surely now you know. Zeppa drops. 3v3 is all that's left. Cloud9 with the numbers advantage, but Doma ripping the thing back, a 2v1. It all falls onto Magnum in the 1v2. How much utility do you have? What are you going to do? You got to bust the move. They're not faking it, my guy. It's the real thing. Mitch gets the defuse. Cloud9 tie us up.
What an insane round, Doug. Back and forth. We had a flanker, then we had a flanker to flank the flanker, and a flanker to flank that flanker. So we had Yes, that was flanking.
Yes,
so there were so many different angles to look at into this round, but all the action happened in mid, right? We had those timings to the tube, and we have to think that Fnatic, they were down a man. They were down. It was 4 versus 5. 2 people split up on each side towards B main and towards middle. Oh man, this round was so back and forth. I'm glad that Cloud9 were actually able to convert that one though. But Fnatic, they made it look really interesting.
Vanity just has a Spectre. So they're still not at a spot where they can fully ball out, as you like to say.
Baller.
But they do have Vanity 1 point away from having his line on the side of Fnatic. You've got Doma sitting in a similar spot. You hear the Blade Storm come through. As Durka has been so good with that op. And if they go away, they're going to find that no one's home. Cloud9 very comfortable just playing a retake here.
Yeah, and I like this from Cloud9. You can see that Leaf, he came over to meet up with Vanity. They did a full clear in this B main. That's a lot of information for the Cloud9 guys that should bolster and potentially get this A retake going a little bit faster. Vanity, he might go sniffing a little bit deeper, get some sort of a flank going off. Oh, but he uses his Viper's Pit. Interesting.
And right off of that, Leaf hightailing it over towards A. They feel very comfortable in what's happening towards B. Now they can lean more towards A. You got the spike out.
Showstopper.
Showstopper. No one's home the first time around.
Oh, no.
Oh, he does get it, but not without being dropped. Leaf, Blade Storm, hello. That's a gift. Leaf cleans him up. That res. Useless.
This flank, though. Look at Mystic.
He's gonna get a chance to hit again. The timing, my goodness. Split seconds that are changing the outcome of this map, but Magnum gets 2. Vanity's left alone, and how much do you have in you? Not a ton. Fnatic gets a map point. This map has delivered in every way possible.
In every way possible. You're absolutely right. And look, all of Fnatic had 4 members alive at the end of that round. It looked a little bit close, but the layers, you know, we talked about Mystic being on that flank. No matter what happened, no matter what the frags looked like on this Cloud9 retake, Fnatic always had that insurance plan. They always knew that they were going to come through in the post and be able to play that spike to perfection. Look at Boaster. You can see how much it means to the man to be able to convert that one, and that's Fnatic on 12.
Pop off, King. Pop off. Feeling good. Fnatic dial up. Aggression towards B. You saw the dash across. Durka still has that up. As they've taken space away, Cloud9 have to figure out how they're going to handle this. Uh-oh. Got a knife. Fnatic read him like a book.
You know, Leaf, he went scrimming. Magnum punishes him. Zeppa's got a good idea, though. Hey, look, maybe he can get this kill, upgrade to that Vandal, get something going for him. But look how patient Magnum is being. Meanwhile, the spike, it's going to go down towards B.
Vanity's got a Bucky.
Oh,
Yeah,
this Aang, man.
And the thing is, you have to deal with Magnum, right? Like, you know he's there. So while everything else is happening on the side, Zeppa's distracted. He can't help his team out towards B. You've got Vanity trying to make something happen. With that Bucky, nothing doing quite yet. Dirk is still with the op. A 4v4, it's just Cloud9 just have no guns.
Yeah.
Right, like how do you fight back? You don't. Mitch drops. A Vandal is all that's left in the hands of Zeppa. And he's got to stay alive here. That Bucky. If it's not the judge, it's the Bucky. Doma, the wall drops. Are they going to do this? A 2v2 poster. The leader for Fnatic. Spike ticking away. He's good for 1. Vanity gets it to half. Mystic gets the last. Booyah, baby. Fnatic take map 1.
Iconic stuff coming through here for Fnatic. I mean, my goodness. The start of this, the first half, you saw it. The layers, the flanks coming through for Fnatic. You could see that month-long boot camp. It's paying off, Doug. These guys look prepared. They look like they're reading a book in Cloud9.
Well, and like you saw it at the very end there with Leaf, right? Like, Mystic was waiting. He knew as soon as there was attention towards B, I just got to sit here patiently. Somebody's going to come, right? And sure enough, right on time, Leaf says, I'm going to go ahead and rotate around. Nope. No, you're not.
Yeah. And again, I love the fact that we had to keep saying flanker was flanking the flanker, and then he got flanked, right? So many flanks happening across the board, but that's the great stuff about Fnatic. Mystic or Boaster was constantly re-flanking, re-aggressing on the back lines. Once that the spike goes down, they know exactly what the win conditions are in that post plan on Icebox, whether it was at A, whether it was at B. It was beautiful stuff here for Fnatic.
I felt like I needed a freaking map.
Yes.
Or like a book to follow up the flanks. I'm like, okay, so this person's flanking this person, and then you carry the 2, and then that person's
it should equal
flanked
4,
out.
maybe 5, something like that.
But it was an excellent start from Fnatic, and we talked about it, right? Like, the boot camp paid off. They played so well. Let's take a look at the map highlights one more time, because, Potter, there was a lot to look at. That map was so good.
It was, man. Let's just admire these headshots. Durka was on one absolutely for Fnatic, just keeping them in the game. We saw what we loved the most out of Cloud9 as well, right? I mean, Leaf, he had no fear. He was scrimming. He was all up in Fnatic's face. This was just back and forth, and it was a beautiful opening here for the series.
And if you're a fan of VALORANT, you really did get everything. You even got Vanity get a shotgun kill, the iconic shotgun kill, right? If it's not the judge, it's the Bucky, but the guy gets his. And here's the thing, though, as we think through the rest of this series, one of the things the desk, I believe it was Ryan who said it, they have to win Icebox.
Yes.
Because there's a real good chance
next,
you ain't winning Split.
Yeah. I mean, that is, you know, and the analyst has touched on it, right? But Split, it should be, look, one thing, my biggest question, and I hope the desk breaks it down, is